Growing plants. In previous video of growing plants, we have learnt reproduction in plants from seeds, the process of germination and stages involved in it. We have learnt about parts of seed and functions of each part, types of dispersals like dispersal by wind, where seeds are easily carried away by wind from one place to another. Example, maple and dandelions. Second, dispersal by water, where water carries the seeds from one place to another. Examples like coconut and lotus. Third, dispersal by animals. We have seen some seeds like cockleburr has hooks which attaches to the animals and are carried away from one place to another. And fourth, dispersal by explosion, when fruits like peas. Growing plants. In previous video of growing plants, we have learnt reproduction in plants from seeds, the process of germination and stages involved in it. We have learnt about parts of seed and functions of each part, types of dispersals like growing plants from roots. There are many plants that grow with the help of roots like carrot, radish, turnip, beetroot and dahlia. Food is stored in the roots of carrot, radish, beetroot and dahlia, where new plants can grow from these roots. Now you see here, dahlia roots can be used to grow a new plant, whereas a new plant can be grown from the top portion of carrot. Children, let us see how does a plant grow from roots. As we learnt earlier, the top part of carrot, turnip, beetroot give rise to a new plant. Cut the top portion of the carrot. Keep the cut part in bowl and pour some water in the bowl so that half carrot is dipped in water. Keep the bowl in open space. After a few days we observe that new leaves sprout from top portion of the plant. Now plant that part in soil. Each will give rise to a new plant. Next picture, we see how we can grow new dahlia plant with the roots. Mother dahlia plant have several roots called as tubers. Each tuber give rise to a new plant. Tubers are separated from mother plant and planted wide apart from each other. And after a few days, you will observe that each tuber has grown into a new plant. Growing plants from stem. We eat stems of certain plants such as potatoes and gingers. New plants can grow from these stems. A small swelling from which a new shoot, leaf, flower or a plant can grow is called as buds. In potatoes, if you see, it has buds called as eyes on its surface which can grow into a new plant. Whereas if you see ginger, ginger will grow into a leafy shoot when planted in soil. Now let's see how does a plant grow from stem. Place a potato in a glass of water with the help of some toothpicks and keep the glass in open space. After a few days you will observe roots growing. Then plant the potato in soil. It will take 50 to 60 days for potato plant to mature. The same can be done with ginger. Some plants like rose, hibiscus and money plant can be grown from stem cutting. The plant from which the stem is cut is called mother plant. The stem cutting is planted in soil. After a few days, the stem cutting grows into a new plant. Growing plants from leaves. Leaves of bryophyllum plants have buds in the margin. These are called as leaf buds. These develop into a new plant. When the leaves falls in the soil, the leaf buds get separated and each leaf bud develop into a new independent plant. Agriculture. The practice of growing plants on a large scale for food or other purposes is called agriculture. Plants that are grown in large quantities in a particular area or region during a particular season are called as crops. And the process of cutting and gathering of ripened crop is called as harvesting. Now children, let's see various stages of agriculture. First, farmer prepared the field to sow the seeds. They first dig the upper layer of the soil to loosen and make it soft. This whole process is called as ploughing. Next, nutrients are provided by manures and fertilizers. Specific fertilizer provide one or more nutrients, whereas manure generally improves soil fertility. Then the seeds are sown. It is very necessary to understand that right amount of seeds has to be dropped at a regular distance for proper growth of plants. Then the field is irrigated, as crops need both nutrients and water from soil to grow well. Later, pesticides are sprayed to protect from harmful insects. Crops should also be protected from rats, birds, etc. Hence, farmers use scarecrow to scare away birds from fields. After ripening, the crops are harvested. Alternate farming. In hilly regions, people grow crops by cutting steps into the mountain side. This is known as step farming or terrace farming. A particular crop may grow well in one season and may not grow well in other seasons. That is why farmers grow different crops in different seasons. The crops grown from June to October are known as Kharif crops, whereas crops grown from November to April are called as Rabi crops. Kharif crops, they are generally planted in June and harvested in October. These crops depend largely on monsoon rains. Some examples of Kharif crops are rice, maize, cotton and groundnuts. Where Rabi crops are generally planted in November and harvested in April. These crops do not need much monsoon rains. Some examples of Rabi crops are wheat, barley, pea and grams. Dear students, you all have paid unwavering attention throughout the whole process of learning. Thank you.